Hey guys, it's Adam here. Today, we're going to be talking about OmniBot, a fully functional, automated AI product suite that simplifies the decentralized realm and places it into the palm of your hands. Sounds like a lot, right? Some big promises, but we've seen this from the likes of some other projects. This project is taking that to the max. So before we get ahead of ourselves, let's talk about what we're going to cover today. We're going to mention its place in the market, its tokenomics, how safe is this, and what potential does this have? So if you're excited to learn more about what this is all about, and if you're interested to dive into this sponsored video along with me, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. And as always, this is not financial advice. Please always do your own research. So covering some high levels on OmniBot, I wanted to first mention this is an ERC20 based token, so on the Ethereum blockchain, and Lion Calls called this project quite early, shortly after launch. So yes, it is already launched. It's sitting at a fantastic little consolidation right now as of the time of recording. Still up, of course, quite a bit from where it launched at. As you can see here, a nice spot to DCA in if you choose to. But let's cover first why you might want to make that decision. Now, it's important too to cover where does this fit in the landscape of other type of utility tokens. Well, we're seeing Telegram absolutely explode with utility-based functions, right? Whether it be automated trading, whether it be interacting with AI, these things are being used and they're making people money and simplifying the process of managing communities and beyond. How OmniBot steps in is it's providing an entire litany of services from the likes of their omniSupport, which is actually available now. We're going to test that out. OmniDeploy, omniTrade, and omniShill. We're going to walk through each one of these, but let me do a high level on them first. So with their first feature, omniSupport, this one you can actually try. A high level on that is you're able to basically train your very own AI off of the content you feed it and deploy it across your socials, meaning you can have it on Telegram, you can have it on Discord, and it is going to amplify your community management and your community's information. Now, what's great is in their very own Telegram, I tried this for myself, you can see conversations being had with their AI as we speak, but I like to do it in live time, so why don't we try it out? Here's what I'm going to ask it. I'm going to say, what are the OmniBot's features? And it's thinking. Let's see if it can do it in live time. It looks like it can. So it says, OmniBot offers a suite of features designed to simplify your interactions with the decentralized finance or DeFi ecosystem, and it runs through each one of those. So why not read it directly off here? We already covered over, a little bit on the adaptive chatbot, which we're using right now. We talked about how you can feed it custom data sets, which is great because that means it's only going to get better. AI as a service is his third point here, integrating existing tools and APIs, which is great. We have a multimodal AI system. So basically the ability to process different forms of media, whether it be text, audio, video. It's continuously learning, which we mentioned as well, and also user-friendly. This is something that's very accessible. Everyone has Telegram, or at least everyone on the crypto side probably has Telegram. Well, now you can use a tool that is actually going to help you substantially, and also a tailored AI solution set for businesses, meaning you can customize it as well. There's some other things here as well, such as round-the-clock availability, real-time communication, so it actually sounds like a human. And these are also supporting the other features, which we're going to dive into now. But I really wanted to show off something that you can get your hands on now, and you can actually see in their chat. It's important when we're talking utility that you can actually try it out as much as possible. Sometimes you can't, but when you can, definitely do that as part of your due diligence. Now, the next piece is the omniDeploy. So with omniDeploy, giving a high level on that, think of this as a way to deploy and manage bespoke token contracts, specifically on the Ethereum or EVM compatible blockchains they're looking at, in a simple, easy to do way. Now, this allows for teams to be able to customize what they're deploying, from staking platforms to normal meme coins to everything in between. And I have been told by the team that this is only going to expand as far as its templates go. When it comes to Omni trading, what you'll be able to do is actually execute rapid decentralized exchange trades in a matter of seconds, right? We've seen this with some bots. We've also seen some pitfalls from some bots that have tried that, such as Banana. Rest in peace, Banana holders. Sorry to hear on your loss, but we know when something goes good and when something goes bad, right? There's some that are still up and running and making people money every single second, whether they're on Telegram or not. And there's some that have absolutely crumbled. So to see that they're taking their time with that feature makes me feel a little bit better. And knowing that they're an experienced team only helps. So to see that they already can do one thing well, and then they're moving into the deployer, then the trading, and then the last piece, omniShill. This is something I've actually never seen before, and there is a little bit of mystery around it since it is kind of last in development here. Being able to be an effective way to leverage AI to do raids for your community. We've seen the likes of, Shield be integrated into Telegram chats to basically encourage communities to rally around posts and get those posts to where they need to be visibility wise. Why not leverage AI to do it? I think it is way overdue. I'm surprised it hasn't been done in a substantial way yet, or if it has, I haven't seen it. Having it in one ecosystem is pretty powerful. So we tried out omniSupport itself. I encourage everyone to try that out themselves. Now that we went over the high levels, I would love to go into some of the security, because this all looks good. We've seen the likes of PAL as well do something similar to this when it comes to the chat side of things. But my mind immediately goes to security. I want to keep everyone as safe as possible. And you, as the investor, should go above and beyond even that and do your own research. But maybe this can be a starting point. So I am going to go into the last piece here after this, but I want to cover security first. I don't want to go over it last. So going into security, what I like to do first, bird's eye view, look at the chart. Where are we at? So again, we're still up from launch, which is nicely up from launch actually, but we are in a consolidation period. Nothing to worry about there. Still lots of upward potentially. Now, if we also look at the liquidity, quite nice, 44K, market cap is 94. So a very nice liquidity to market cap ratio, which is fantastic. If we look on the buyers versus sellers, nice ratio there as well, at least on the 24-hour. I know the 24-hour isn't over for many places, but nice to see at least starting out. Some other things as well. I always like to look at the Go Plus security review. I am on Deck Screener. It's one of my preferred charting sites. Just has everything in one spot and minimal ads. I say that, yet there's an ad there, but still, what we can see here is a lot of green, which is good, right? So no ability to honeypot, no proxy contract. There's no specific whitelist function, which is good, but there are a couple, red flags here and even some yellow ones. What I like to do is I like to dive a little bit further. So I like to also pull it up in Token Sniffer as a second means of verifying and look through some of these things. So I won't go through every single one of these, but I do see some things that kind of stand out. So owner creator wallet, holds 11.75%, a little bit high. We probably want to understand what's going on there. Also, they do have the ability to modify tax, potentially pause a contract, things like this. Now, for a contract that has been out a couple of days, if they were to rug, they might have already done that. The team does seem reasonably reputable, but something to keep an eye on, right? Does it pass the smell test for you? It's very important. Not what I say, but what you feel and what you can verify. The other piece too is liquidity. Now, I'll be honest, and if I had to have a criticism around communication, as a team, I would communicate to your community a little bit more through a direct link that your liquidity is locked. Now, in the docs, specifically in the white paper, I saw liquidity was going to be locked. And actually, if you prompt the bot as well, I think, at least as of recording, it does show 6 months liquidity lock. When I did pull it up on Team Finance, where the LP is locked, it only shows 3 months. So there, of course, give the benefit of the doubt to the team. There is a potential that they might extend that, but I like to go off of what is on chain. We have, let's just say a little under 89 days at time of recording till the unlock is set to happen. So effectively 3 months or so. So with that being the case, I would like a little bit better communication from the team around the lock periods, because I did see some questions around it, and also potentially going over some of these areas as well, specifics around the 11.75% for creator and owner and otherwise. Now, the reason why this doesn't bother me as much is because if you actually go into the white paper, they actually give a breakdown of the overall tokenomics. So it's actually on the other tab. So you can see here, we're starting with only 1 million tokens, a million Omni tokens. Trading tax is 5%. That's going to be broken down into protocol growth, marketing, and development. If you actually look on chain, it is a little bit higher on the sell side, closer to 6, but I believe that's just because the token's a little bit new. Maybe they had it a bit higher. Some places actually shows 5, but just to be safe, it's showing a little bit under 6 for sell, just so you keep that in mind. Some other things as well is we look at the actual breakdown of the total supply. We can see the majority was allocated to liquidity, which is great, 80%, 10% allocated, for rewards. So that's probably why we're seeing that 11 or so percent, 10% allocated for team and protocol growth, and so on. So what this is telling me is, the team does have tokens. There are reward tokens. And that is where I would look at what is current, break down those tokens, and understand, has there been recent selling? Is the team using them for verifiable growth? What is the news? Because it's not bad if teams use tokens for growth, but are they actually growing? Now, from a chart standpoint, I would say, yeah, definitely, right? They're definitely growing, and they are in a little bit of a dip right now, but that can easily flip, especially as the market kind of works alongside them. They get a little bit of a tailwind, and especially as their utility begins to come out in a more substantial way for the other areas of utility that they have, some of which look really exciting. So I did want to just cover that security piece. I now wanted to actually get into some of the really exciting pieces of why you might want to actually own some Omni token. Now, I had made mention that there's a revenue share system. Now, here's what's great. By owning Omni, you're giving yourself access to some of the rev share from the actual project. And when I say some, I'm being very, light with what I'm saying, because an actual 60% of the generated revenue is given back to Omni token holders, proportionate, as you can see here, to the amount of Omni tokens held by those that are staking. So, of course, we would then think, well, is there even going to be revenue generated? That's the first question that jumps in my head. And from what they're saying in the documents, it does look like that is the case, because we can see both support and omniShill, which again, support can be actually tried out on their DApp and also on their TG as well, is going to operate on subscription-based model, and also probably a customization-based model as well, where you can customize it to your project needs. Also from omniDeploy, which again is that token deployer for prospective teams that want to deploy tokens, a portion of the supply and taxes are going to be given back to holders as well of Omni through the stake program. And the last piece that's generating revenue is the omniTrade feature, which is going to be giving transaction fees from the executed trades on TG, and they're going to be giving back rewards to Omni token holders. So again, multiple different ways. In fact, every single arm here is generating revenue to be able to give Omni holders, back some rewards, which is pretty great. Now, that sounds all well and good, but I always like to temper that with the current volume. So we can see here, just on the 24-hour, we're looking at some pretty decent volume, not too bad, 18K, right? Again, this has been out only 2 days. So as more utility comes out, we'll expect to see volume pump, but you can imagine and start to, get some of those numbers going in your head. It can mean some substantial rewards for you as you're staking in. So keep that in mind. So guys, again, I really hope you got a lot out of this, both from a key feature overview to what the project is all about, and then that substantial earning potential from the rev share, especially if the volume keeps up. Now, again, just some takeaway points. Please, if you are going to get into the project, definitely go through the basics, join their socials, take a look through. Does it feel good? Does it pass the gut check or smell test, as I like to call it? And can you verify all the things that we're talking about today? Or do you have your own questions? If you do, feel free to ask the community. They seem pretty receptive as I jumped in there. But guys, this is going to go ahead and close out this review of OmniBot. Again, guys, if you enjoyed this, please give it a like. Also, drop a comment down below. And remember, guys, we are here for you, but you still need to do your own research, and we will see you in the next one. Bye for now.